So, welcome to this Saturday evening where I am sitting and filling up on your screen, and as usually I will start a little bit about some of the new games coming up on Gamebox, Xbox Game Pass. There is two new ones this week. One is called Shadow Warrior 3, and the other one is Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, and I would say that looks kind of interesting. So there's a little trailer to that. So let's have a look at that. Hello there. Yeah, it looks like something which has potential and an interesting world as well. So it's something I will be looking at. But I'm a little bit scared that it will all turn into hack and slash, because that gets tedious over time. Well, it looks like a well-made game, and I know this is not gameplay, but the concept looks interesting, and as I said, I might install it and give it a try to see if it's something for me. Okay, then you've seen more than I. Yeah. That is always the case with new games, I find, because even though you get some sort of either a tutorial or introduction to the game, or even a manual, because let's face it, we don't read manuals unless we absolutely have to, so yeah. I didn't actually look at the other game which were on. I just, because it's a shooter, not really, it's not my cup of tea, so, but luckily people have a different taste. It would be boring if we were all sitting playing the same. Well, they are out there, but I'm not a great FPS player, because I have mentioned this through the streams a couple of times. I feel I'm a little bit slow to be competitive in those. If it's one person players, single player, I might get through it, but if it's online and all that, I'm dead before it even starts very often. So yeah, that's reality. I was going to load Epic Games up and see what the free game this week actually is. is some games on sale. Not much I wanna say anything about. The free game is War Pips. I don't know what it really is, but it looks like kind of some hybrid in the kind of Command and Conquer-esque side-scrolling games. But I mean, it's free, everyone can get it, so if it's a okay, we were actually talking about maybe giving it a try, but it got so much praise for it. But I find it so difficult with games because sometimes the most simple games, you just take a game like this one, that might actually entertain you more as a free game than one you pay 60 quid for. You never know. But it's it is what it is, because it is really okay. I closed the Epic Games, but yeah, that was really what I was going to say. That was the free game this week. So if you are signed up with Epic Games, you could get that for free. So I don't really have anything else about games. There is some rumors out there, but I will say that I normally don't go into rumors, but I heard a little bit about Blizzard being a little bit awkward at the moment, so that might affect World of Warcraft. But you can read about that in all the news. Yeah, I was quite excited with Starfield, but something put me a little bit off, because first of all, I think it looks like a rip-off of No Man's Sky. Second of all, they made it way more limited than No Man's Sky, because No Man's Sky is a crap game. That was the message. So, I don't agree on that, but I might give it a look when it comes. I just don't think you should make something in the image of something else and then say the thing you have copied is crap. That's not really my way of doing things and my approach to things. So, said that, I will go and load my game up, and at least that is... No, I'm no doubt about there's some good people around. Bethesda is a very good studio, and they do very good games. That's not my problem, and it looks fantastic, and I just think people should be a little bit careful. Yeah, that's. Should be a little bit careful about slacking others off for when you steal ideas from them, to be honest. I'm not saying it will be better or worse than No Man's Sky. I have no idea. We won't find out. Can you go away? I don't want you there. Thank you. But it's yeah. But those studios, my PC specs. Oh, I have an Omen PC, which is a gaming build with 3.9 CPU or something like that. My CPU is slightly overclocked. I have 32 gig of memory. I have a 1 terabyte SSD and a 2 terabyte normal SATA disk. And I have a RTX 3080 Ti. I haven't made many games I can't run at roughly full spec. There was one game I was looking at. I couldn't run best specs because the color scheme was messing with my mind. No, sorry. I don't have any laying around. That's I don't even have a spare one at the moment. I used to have another computer, like most people, and that started decaying, and that was why I got this one. They are. But I had a quite good graphic card in there. I can't remember what it was, but I actually found out that was what was failing in my computer. So I have a computer which actually works, but the graphic card is bust. So if I get a spare, I might use the other computer to, for instance, video editing or something like that. So we're back on the freighter. We have a lot of missions which has come back, and I can't remember. I did clean up relatively. Something went a little bit wrong on Thursday in the end with that, but that was kind of after stream, so no one was affected by it, but I didn't get to actually refine the last bits, but no harm done. So yeah, but that is always a possibility. So I'm going to look what the mission brings me. At least that will be something straight ahead. But the thing is, No Man's Sky doesn't actually require high-end graphic cards. As long as you have a pretty good rendering of the video feed, then it should be fine. Because it works kind of like a stream as well, where it feeds in what you're doing. They do it a little bit different from many other games. So these semi-long missions always bring a lot in, whether it's Okay. That sounds odd. Yeah. I mean, that's actually the reason I bought the Omen um, desktop computer. Was my son had bought a Omen laptop, which was immensely good, but it was quite pricey. It was actually almost as expensive as my computer. So, but they do make quite good things. But laptops is it's always a little bit tricky. I find it's not always straightforward. Sure. Just cleaning up what we got. Got another Savage Frigate module as well. Some Gravitino balls. There's a lot of them. Not that they are overly expensive, but they can be quite hard to get. Enriched carbon. And some activated copper. Okay, let's see what the next one brings. Not that I'm greedy, but yeah, no, I understand that it's always you have to choose, and that's it's kind of how it is. But when you're finished with your studies, you hopefully will get a good job, well paid, and well, down the line. But then you will probably start buying expensive cars and stuff like that. You are Italian after all. I have heard that's what Italians do. So that one is for trade, and so is that one. We can't use that one. That one is a surprise, but I say thank you. Hello there, welcome too. Well, I kind of agree there. But you know, for some people, the car is the house. Oh, more Salvage Frigate module, that's nice. Some storage augmentation, I'll take that as well. So this is an industrial mission that always give a lot of things rather than coins. True, very true. Houses is normally a quite good investment, so I'm. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't go in there. Now most houses gain over time, and that's. Goes for trading as well. No, houses and land, and if you have more than one house, then you can always rent it out and get some earnings that way. This was a short one, so I don't expect much from that now. So the bottom line is, the longer a mission is, the more it brings back to you, and that's I don't understand why it was all activated, which it gave today. It might be because it's Saturday, who knows. So that was the missions, and that's pretty much what we had to do. I don't think I have enough fuel for actually, we might be able to send one off, so we can do that. Yep, that's the thing. You can spend the income to the outcome, and it even out, and then you just have the value when it's done. Three-star battle 1. Combat, no. Combat, and combat. That was not so bad, and send out one of the balanced maybe. Oh, 2 sec. My cat wanna leave the room. Sorry, buddy. I didn't know you were in here. That's the funny things with cats. They can lay and sleep somewhere, you don't see them, and then suddenly they're standing trying to open the door. The funny thing is, the dog would just open the door. I actually changed my mind and sent a discovery out. Because I sent only 4 out, yeah, because I put that one on, and that should be fine. Yes. So we sent 2 out for now, and then we need to farm some more for fuel. Okay, let's go back where we were and continue from there and see how the world looks. Or rather the galaxy. See what we can find. If we can find something interesting. And if I've forgotten something, shout at me. I'm starting looking at all the stuff I have to sell, if any of it is actually at value here. The more I can get rid of, the less I have to carry around with me. That's minus, that's minus, that is plus, so that can go. That is plus, that can go. That's minus, that we sit on, that's minus, that is plus, minus. So I'm actually turning into some kind of trader, because I actually hold on to it until the value is in my favor, but I kind of think it would be silly not to. It is kind of nice to have the best outcome of your stuff you sell. So we got a free slot for the Starship, and see now a storage slot is worth 75 million, so it's a lot of money to save getting them this way. I just add one by one, and it takes a toll, but it will be ending up filling out the ship. No interesting ships here now. So need to check where we actually are and what we have. I can't remember. No, I didn't have any mission, so well, I should have checked that. Oh dear. So I had looked at some planets here, but not all. So I'll just go and check what missions is there, because they do change from time to time, and even though they were not useful last time on Thursday, they might be today. Oh. So, no, it doesn't really have anything I can use. So, that's just a shame. We fly off. I actually don't think there was any particular on these planets, because I think I did scan them and saw that there was nothing which was actually needed. So but it never harms just to double check and see that that was the temperate, and that was a watery world, wasn't it? Paradise planet. I actually don't think I looked at that, so let's take a little look at the Paradise planet. Even though I already have made a base in this galaxy, it doesn't harm just to take a look at them. Paradise should be perfect. This one looks very watery, but it sometimes changes when you actually get to it. But that they are designated as Paradise planet doesn't mean that they are like Earth, for instance. They will have some characteristic which makes them relatively safe to be on. Shouldn't be any sentinels, and there shouldn't be any weather hazards which makes it unpleasant sometimes. And at least blue water, a lot of mountains. It's some buildings, so let's make landfall. There's two reasons to actually land on a planet. One is it will appear in your list as discovered, so you can see what type it is. A lot of animals. Trees. Oh well, things. There are things. That's not a bad thing. And again, that's the whole range of things in the game is that you can pretty much go from almost nothing to planets with loads of different things. So it's interesting in that way. You don't ever get that it seems to be mediocre all along. I'm not saying it can't be that, because if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think I am, then it depends on the galaxies you're in, and some would create systems which are more or less than others. If you remember the galaxy we just was in, the Calypso one, that had a lot of systems which was almost hellish. Where this one have a wide diversity of different types of planet types, calm ones, stormy ones, and really in all shapes, and it's actually brilliant when it's like that. Even though there's things, it's not only great, but it's free. I don't mind free. There's even free money. Even though I'm always saying there's nothing like free money. It always comes with a price. It's very mountainous, this planet. Well, it's actually a nice view there is. So the deposit seems to be hanging on the side of the mountain, so there. Oh well. Then someone turned off the light, yeah. And I'm on a planet where I have no, I was almost saying no conception of what I can expect, but of course I do. It is a paradise planet, so the worst thing I can encounter is probably some predators that would not be more than an inconvenience. So, as always, oh shit. That was not smart, but I came down. Parpinium is one thing. When I encounter it and it's relatively close to me, I try to pick it up because they always come in relatively small deposits, so it takes a certain amount of deposits to actually get a proper haul. And if I manage to kill myself on a paradise planet, feel free to laugh. So, at least there's something we can use. So as usual, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to use the chat. You don't have to be following or anything to use the chat. It's open for everyone. I do like people following me, so that is always nice, but it is not a demand. At least not by using the chat. On the other hand, if I have enough followers online and they are playing, then might be able to meet up later in the anomaly, and I might have something to give away in my exosuit. So it doesn't make it easier. That Parfinium is very difficult to see, especially in dark environments. So I don't know if I actually, how much I actually got. 400. That's actually not bad. Wheat. I started collecting that because it makes flour for our cooking classes, but I decided I'm only going to do them once a week because it suddenly takes up a lot of time trying to become Gordon Ramsay or someone like that, which I could never do, but these are now, I need a load of them, so that is why I actually keep chasing them when I come across them now, because I need them to make the frigate fuel together with tritium, and if one part is missing, well, you ain't getting no fuel. say some of the animals in this game is very interesting. Can I be lazy and call the ship? Question if it can. Yeah, it could. Can land anywhere. And as it's very hilly, mountainous, it can actually become a problem. So what are you doing? Don't do that. Up and away. There's an asteroid belt, so I'm actually going to harvest a little bit there as well. But I should put down the speed. It is sometimes a little bit annoying you have to do this, but it's the game, and if I want to fly around with everything, I need to get it. That's kind of how it is. So what mission are you looking at? I am not on a mission, so I go with the core, towards the core. Actually, as we're doing missions, then let's take the shoulder jumps. That is a little bit more reasonable, because then you get more missions to choose from. That looks like a very cold planet ahead. There's another asteroid belt just outside the space station. We might take a little bit through that in a moment as well. But first we'll take a look at the space station, see what that holds. It's a gig system, so there won't be any free nanites in here, but could be those other interesting things. That's always one of the lotteries, what the different space stations actually hold. Some is very giving. There is a lot of things to upgrade your things with. And others, it's nah, not really. So any everything I need here. I'm actually going to buy 2 here. Not that I probably won't be able to use them, but I have other ships, and putting A things on A upgrades on the other ships, no, S upgrades on the other ships is not a bad thing. But I'm going to have a look anyway and see. No, I'm not. See, I have 3 of them, I have 3 of them, so I wouldn't be able to put them on here, so I'm actually just going to put them aside for now. In the in the save for later, which is actually down here, so my other ships can become as competitive as my main ship. That is always, you have to think about that as you run around. It's not only the ship you're using, it's also all the others. And again, my advice is just guidelines. I'm not saying whatever I say is the only way which goes, because it's not true. This game can literally be played exactly how you want to. You don't have to follow anyone's lead, because you choose what you want to do. However, when you struggle with something and ask for an opinion or help, I can guide you in the right direction, what to do in those situations that will help you survive longer, maybe get quicker through certain things, but it's not a list of walkthroughs to get through the game as quick as possible, because I can't. That is absolutely impossible. I was just scammed. Oh dear, that's not the first time, and it won't be the last time. So I shouldn't have anything on my exosuit to sell. On the ship, that is in the plus side, go. That's minus, minus. That's not for sale. Minus, minus, plus, let's sell. So we, after all, sell a little bit, majority on the plus side, which actually earns us a little bit of money. And we do need money, I'm quite sure of that. We don't have much. So this is my little trick. If there's rocks in these hydroponic setup, scan them and earn a little bit of coins. As my scanner gives me good bonus on the scanning, then this was 3 times 60 something thousand, so that's not too bad, is it? No, it's actually 4 times 63,000, so almost $250,000 just for scanning. And of course, could decide to pick up the carbon there is as well, but I can't be bothered doing that. So Let's go to the other side. Let's see what comes up. Let's look at the ships. There might be something interesting. A B and an A hauler. Right. I did say to myself that I'm only doing upgrades if it's S-ship, so anything else I will not be interested. So let's talk to some people here and get some words. Let's take some travel this time. Then let's practice and see what comes up with that. Thursday I was very good at pissing them off, so punishment. Well, that was at least not a standing loss, so good. It's always a little bit of hit and miss because the words are not always in the groups where you would expect them, but each race has their own set of words, which is their primary. They will reward you if you use. Gex here is trade, Coax is technology, and the Viking is aggression. However, sometimes things are more going into law, for instance, and that would very often also give a positive outcome. But other things will actually directly harm you. Starships and Syndicate needs. Needs? Oh dear. I think it's more greed than need. So, missions. There's a multi-tool expansion unit. I'll take that. That is worth a lot of money. That one I can't use, and the same with that, so that would be nah. Let's go to the neighbor here. They can give you some missions, but it's most of the time they give you some sort of gift. But you have to be up in the standing with the different guilds. Oh, this was a little bit of coins. Yeah, no, that's fine. So let's find a planet and kill some animals. This solar. That's another solar. It's the third solar. So this is solar ships en masse. Again, that's a lottery what shows up at the space station. An arid planet without any sentinels. Let's go and kill some animals there. And I'll try to do as I normally do. See if I can find an abandoned building. I find that a little bit better than anything else. So there was an abandoned building. How far away is it? 3 hours. Too long to fly over the planet. So we'll take this one. Hello, little dog. So this planet has hazardous weather, so and it's extreme, so this has to be done relatively quick. -102 degrees. That's very warm. I just check out the inside of the building first, because there is sometimes a little bit of things to get. It's always good to get something for free. I mean, it might not be much, it might not be overly useful, but the thing is, when you get something that you might have to grind other things to actually get, that gives me at least a little bit of positive on the game time spent, because if I spent half an hour grinding something and then there's half an hour I can't do other things, you can argue whether that's part of the game or not, but I'd rather do what I find funny than have to do something in order to get something for something I don't know if I want to do, if that makes sense. So these corrupted terminals give some nanites, and as I've said before, it seems like there is a bug so you can keep taking the nanites. I can't be bothered standing and do that, but in your own games, especially in the start of the game, might actually be worth doing that. So wall of flame, what does that actually mean? I'm not overly sure, but I have to kill animals, and I'll see if I can do that even though it's no, it's very very hot. That's not a good idea. Oh, should have checked on that, shouldn't I? What's the door? Okay. The thing is, I can survive outside for 2, 4, 5 minutes, but it's also that it drains your shielding very very quick. So I really wouldn't go down that route more than necessary. So sometimes it's better just to take the waiting time. Hopefully it's quick. And bear with me, I have an open drafty door. There we go. 318 degrees. It would burn my pizza. That wouldn't even be good. But I guess some people like their food crispy and don't mind it's a little bit burned as well. I must admit I prefer my food prepared perfect if it could be. This is kind of a little bit long. Come on. So weather. Well, weather is a very hot external temperature, which is 314 degrees. It's not like I will melt if I go outside, but it will use up my shielding very very quick. And I prefer not to do that. So that's why I'm taking a little bit of a moment while that kind of blows over. The planet itself is extreme temperature, so it's over 100 degrees when it's nice weather, and it's degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So it would be a temperature not to go out in without some sort of either very high sun factor or whatever it's called, or some protective suit. So I need to go hunting, so I just take these up, pull them out. I need 11 of them, so it's just shooting and shooting and shooting. sometimes you can't even use them. Or that might just be me. So they will run around, and at some point they will subside into the ground again. And then if you are collecting whispering eggs or larval core, you just go out of your hole and back to the next one. So that's the safe way of getting them. There we go. And we ran out of fuel as well.
Technology recharge.
Oh. That does happen sometimes. So let's go and hand that in and get a slot for the multi-tool. That's not bad, and it's worth a lot of coins. The new one which came up didn't have anything overly interesting. So let's go and put the new slot on. Kind of like to do that when I get them. And I don't lose it in any way, at least. In order to put them on, you go to this station, click it in, it will tell you have one slot, and ask you where to put it. You can put it all over places if you like. So what do we then do? I think we are going to look at the planets, and if there's nothing interesting, go on to next system. That's pretty much it. So arid planets are very warm. It's the type of planet where you always can find selenium. It's one thing you sometimes have to go and grind for. So desert planets, cactus flesh, ferrite, and magnetized ferrite. I don't need magnetized ferrite. I can produce so much myself that I think I can provide for myself for a very long time. But both pyrite and cactus flesh can be quite useful. So go and see if we can get a little bit of those two. Cactus flesh is used for some of the things you can produce, which gives a lot of money. Problem is you need loads of it. I'm not going to run around grinding for it for 4 hours and that's the day, because That's not my way of playing. But we get some next time we come across it, and so on. I take a little bit here and there and hoard it up, and in the end, we will have quite a stash to use. So desert planet, I assume, will be warm or hot as well. Looks very dark here. Oh, this looks like a place we can park the ship and see what's around here. Temperature 53 degrees, that's cold like last time. Compared to last time, I'm going to say. There's a knowledge stone, there's a building, there's animals. Oh, there's a lot of things to actually scan here. That's okay. Let's magnetized. Stone. Hidden animals. Copper. Oh. Flying. Oh, well, did look like it, but was something flying. Thought so. So we need these. is it has become a mantra. Need those scanned animals, yeah, was good. All animals are green ones, good. Something down there, is that underground? Must actually be. Doesn't make sense. Well, I'm actually not going to pursue whether they are down in caves or not, even though bonus nanites are always nice, but it's not the prime mission. So, what then? What then, Ben? You can always be sure that whatever you need, at least need, is what's most of on the planet. I think that's kind of in the rule book. Found the light on this planet very weird. Oh, I should check how the... I had a feeling
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
that it might have drained it, but wasn't too sure. No, I don't need that, but some building here. Oh, yeah. So let's go and have a look at the building and see what that actually is. However, I'm going to take those dihydrogen crystals first. Because that is something I need. It's not even that I want them, I need them. And the more I can get, the better it is. The more I can get today, the less I will need tomorrow. I thought I did scan that, but okay. So this building is what does it call it? Ancient flag. Let's see what that brings us. Oh dear. Oh, seek knowledge of the past. That always gives something. Always see if you can activate it again. It might, if it can, give you directions to a portal if you hold what they ask want from you. So, just saying, let's go and see where that historical data is. So what there somewhere. There's an ancient ruin. Is that on the side of the mountain? I hope not. Just kind of a side of a mountain. The other side of the mountain. Okay, well, that's the problem with mountains. This makes my curiosity tingle. I want to see what this is. It looks like an observatory. That could actually be interesting, so... Buildings, stop, and an observatory. That's good enough for me to explore. Might not reveal anything useful, but it could, potentially. So, some gig relics, not too bad. That might be exactly what one of these is asking for, to tell us where there is a portal. Might be other things it needs. Always something in these sheds. It's not like it's finding gold, but it is sometimes okay. Now it's getting very warm, so I will actually go to the observatory and go in there while we wait. So where is the door on this side? Probably down at the end. Oh god, it's getting warm. Oh, there's some guy. Okay. Yeah, I'll go in, then you can come to me. No. So, anything on the wall? Well, then let's first see what's in the building. Bay. That's a kind of boring. There he is, then let's talk to him and see. Oh, he went out again. Well, that's more like it. There's a couple of things we can nick in here. Let's actually find us a encrypted data. Boxes. come in? Yeah, yes. Okay, let's then talk to him and see what he's saying.
Weather update. Storm clear.
Okay, that was the correct answer I gave him. I would not have known what was the correct answer, so yeah, let's check the observatory. So it's numbers, and obviously it's one with 5 in the beginning. They are all with 5 in the beginning. 865. There's no 4 in the second place. There's no 8 in the third place. There's no 6 in the fourth place. So it must be that. So what have I discovered? That is probably an ancient ruin or something like that. So let's go and find the first one we found. It should be close by here. Thing is, I would say always investigate buildings. If there is sentinels flying around them, then be careful. Can you take the sentinels out? Then feel free to raid the buildings, but just bear in mind everything has a risk when they are involved.
Technology recharge.
So we need 3 of these to get the keys for the big one. Number 1. These, which is actually down in the bedrock, and I can't get it, so fuck that. Luckily there is always more than 3, so it's not like you're getting stuck with only 2 and that's it. Feeling that's the reason that there are. That's the big one. there are 5 or something like that every time, is that it can sometimes go places where you actually can't physically get them. Which in a way I'm actually fine with, as long as there is options. So what do we get in the box today? A glassy mammal sack. I'm curious. 1.8 million. That's actually not bad. That I'm kind of happy with. So let's see where the other one we got was. Is it on this planet or is it on another planet? It's on another planet, so let's travel there and have a look. It can't go all bad. Or can it? So that's back on the arid planet. Actually, I could use phosphorus, I think. I'm not too low yet, but it's one of those things. Let's see how it pans out. So we know it's warm here. And there's very hot storms.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
So the storm is clearing. That's good to know.
Extreme temperature detected. Technology recharge.
Oh, there's a building and there's sentinels, so that is either a depot or a manufacturing facility. Okay. There's a number of kind of interesting things. find out if there is some hanging down somewhere. Let's look at the building we're here for before we build too much. Gag words. The knowledge stones very often give some alternate words, so let's see what comes out of this one. So this is all gig law, and so again I get the normal options. I take knowledge of the past because there's nothing else I really can use. I do take the excavations. That seems to be more useful, and I don't get the portal option, so that's okay. So, don't do that. You can ask why I don't investigate the building with the sentinels. I mean, I could, but what would I get out of it? Yeah, well, question. I wouldn't know until I do it, so let me know in the chat if I should do it. Don't shoot things which are not scanned because you don't get the full outcome of them. That's actually not very smart to do. Oh, bad weather is coming.
Extreme night temperature detected.
Yep. So let's
Units received. Units received.
abandon. Oh, that's why we have been. Okay.
Units received.
So, better go back to the ship. Gosh, this is going to be very warm. But I'm not done here, so I'm just going and sit it out for now. Because there's floating crystals, and I'm a little bit greedy. I want to take them. But I don't want to melt in the process. The time I was out took nearly one of the protection shield. So I'm not joking when I say that the environment can be your worst enemy. Especially if you don't have anything to top up with, then at some point it starts draining your life, and you don't want that to happen. So let me do a little bit clean up while we are waiting. exploding. Some of these I'm not really going to use them, but I still have them just in case. Otherwise they will become nanites. Nothing is so bad that it's not useful for something, so. This is a little bit much idle time to my liking, but I really don't want to take any stupid chances either. So I do hope you can bear a little bit with me.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
So, temperature is falling, good. Then we can go and get the floating crystals. That
Extreme
can
night
be
temperature
very
detected.
lucrative to do. Fortunately, it's a lottery, but there's a lot of them, so. Let's get started before there's another storm. So they all come out as a glowing mineral. And what is it? I won't know until I actually investigate it. But it can typically be the stuff which turns in, which are those 25,000 coins minerals, or well, even other things. So let's just get them, and then we can always investigate when we are in a safe place. I'm running my mining laser warm now. That's not really good. Something I have not looked at.
Units received.
Oh,
Units received. Units received. Units received.
so the thing is, I don't know, I do a lot of scanning, but
Units received.
to be honest, in the end, it's all money. And it does turn into nanites as well.
Units received.
So, unknown building, was that the one with the... What's the ancient ruin?
Units received.
I'm not sure. But you know what? Let's go and look at the unknown building. That's always something which can be interesting. Whether it is, only time can tell. So that's the ancient ruin we're looking for. The building is there. No, it's not. Well, there. So we have a couple of buildings there. Let's look at this one first. It's a depot. So we can raid the depot, fight with the sentinels, and hopefully get away with our life. Or we can leave and nothing will happen, or except we can regret we didn't find out what was actually in the depot. Would that be beneficial to know? Yeah, because then you know whether it's worth the risk. Nitrogen, salt, limium, benzene, which is those precious things I just talked about. Aronium, same line. The thing is, there's always a lot of boxes and things around these as well. What was the last one here? Okay, so that's 4 of the valuable ones. So should we do it or shouldn't we? Are we brave or not?
Incoming storm.
So now the weather is even turning bad. So I'm doing a really bad thing because I'm actually fighting them in bad weather. Is that a good idea? No. However, that might be what's needed to actually do it. So, reinforcement coming. What I'm now doing is, I'm actually not going to fight with them. I'm hiding from the weather and from them. So we robbed the depot, but apparently I killed an animal as well. Got some 4 ammonium, 5 grantine, 5 lemnium, 5 herox, and some nitrogen salt. That's not too bad. Then we have the glowing mineral. I'm not going to look at them now, but we got 19 of them, so that's actually not bad. So where's our ship? It's over there. Some cover of the storm. We'll just take off and hope they well, they have forgotten all about us, so didn't we have something else to look at? Stone crystals. Can we get a couple of them as well? And this is a brilliant storm. That's absolutely brilliant to get a little bit of a lot of things in a relatively easy way. I'm not unhappy with that. As I talked about many times, risk and reward has to kind of come together. Oh, fuck. That's not really what you want when you're out and it's really shitty weather that, oh, it's depleted.
Technology recharge.
So that was actually quite a good haul for that. A little bit naughty, granted. Have you been scanned? Just want some of these. Yeah. Just remember, the last thing you fill up, either in your multi-tool, is what will be activated when you come out. So that was a really good haul out of really nothingness. So take opportunities. Don't be afraid. Always. Don't be afraid of sentinels. Just treat them with respect. That's kind of how I would advise with them. And to be honest, when you fly over the landscape, keep an eye out for buildings, because not everything which actually pops up. You can scan a certain distance, but if it's out from your scanning range, you won't see it. But when you fly, you actually might catch a glimpse of things. So this is going to be another artifact. See, there's a grave. So if I didn't have a glyph, I could the glyphs, I could go and take that and get the glyph. I thought it was down in the bedrock as well. This was a short fuck moment. That's the big one. Let's go take that one. It's over behind here. Might not be easily accessible. So sometimes you can go deeper into the bedrock, and that really depends on the planet type and so on and so on and so on. So here we could go deeper. Than we could on the other one, so we could get it here. Hooray! That is always lovely when things are doable. Nothing worse than sitting with something in the game and it said, nope, go away. It's not for you. What is it then? Primordial heavy wings. Again, not bad. Can't put it on the starship, so yeah. I know I have the crystals I haven't looked at, but they will be used. But I risk to get 19 different ones, which will take up 19 slots. Now they only take up one slot, so get a glimpse of them. So I'm trying to see if there's any more buildings showing up. I don't know if I should go and take the grave. like we have anything other planned out right now, so why not? And it is a little bit instructional to actually see, you find them, you take them, you see which. This would probably be one of the travelers on the space station. Could direct you to this grave, and that is very likely. That's sometimes you can be lucky enough to find them yourself when you are down on the planet, even though they can be quite difficult actually to find if you really are looking for them. So go and take the grave. He will talk to us. And that again is sort of low spoilers, things like that. So I tracked the glyph, which I already have, and then we get a memory fragment, and when we consume that, then we get something. So I'll go back to the ship, because it's getting very hot now. Not hot, but hot enough. Ah, now it came up with a big bang. So that one we are going to put on the ship. There's the fragment. Let's see what comes out of that. A radiation protection. I think we have all S-class on those, so that can go to the please sell department. That's absolutely fine. So it's not like I'm running out of space on the spacesuit, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to chuck some things over to the freighter. See, the storm crystal was over a million in value, but these things I'm not going to use right here. Fine, that's normally better just to put them away. I might make new stacks of these things, but then again, I can always move when I think it's time to clean up a little bit. So let's see what these actually came out with. It should come down here. That was, oh, Herox. So it's all these alloy metals, which is quite, except this one, valuable. They all cost around 25,000. This one is actually 150,000. These I create from these other types, so I actually double their value. What I'm doing now is just putting them aside. It's one of them was a gold nugget, so that's always a lump of gold as well. So yeah, these I get more and more of as well, so I'll put them over to sale. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have too much of that kind in stock. Okay, it looks all fine. These I normally put on my starship because that's where I need fuel. So, it's still warm. There's actually storm crystals just in front of us. So, 4 more. It's actually really nice. So, 4 storm crystals is how much? Well, I don't have them here because it chucked them on the freighter where I had the other ones. But 4 of them is 800,000. So they are quite valuable if you actually pick them up. And get some good stacks of them, and you will be settled with money for quite a while. Not that I find money a problem, and you can see I still have quite a bit big lump.
Technology installed.
So I'm actually curious if that works with the other. Yes, it does. It's not much, but it's kind of every little helps situation. So what else do I have? I can. Why don't I have that? Why don't I have that?
Weather update. Storm clearing. Extreme night temperature detected.
I'm actually being a little bit stupid here, because certain things I should actually have installed, which I don't have. Okay, that is on me entirely. So I kind of stayed here because there is a deposit as well. Maybe I should just check to my
Technology recharge. Technology
protection.
Technology recharge.
So what's the deposit? I'm thinking, yeah, I'm here, so why not actually just take it? It's actually copper, which is one of those things that, yeah, they are okay to have in stock actually. And I have loads of it, but whether I need more, I never really know. It's those things that, yeah, sometimes they're practical, sometimes you need a lot of it, and when you repair ships, which I tend to do, then of course you are going to need them. Yeah, but Verderon, you have all types of ships. Why would you repair? Well, the truth is that if you repair ships and sell them for scrap, you earn more. And down the line, I actually might want to do that. I'm not saying I will. I just want to have the option. So, what else here? There's another deposit. What is that? It's red. Phosphorus. And there is selenium. So, this might actually be a good place to park. It was indeed phosphorus. A striped animal. It looks like a tiger, but it's apparently not. The weird thing is its diet is gravitino balls. If I take them, sentinels will immediately appear. How does it eat them without getting sentinels in? That's interesting. So weather's going to be bad again. It is, and it's very useful when you are on a hot planet. So it's actually good that you can find it on a planet where you need it. It's not always like that. That's one of the worst parts of the game is that yes, I would assume so. I do think there is a connection between those two things.